Hello and welcome to TTP Bengoshi YouTube channel. My name is Sting. I'm from TTP Bengoshi law firm. Today we'd like to share with you some information and knowledge on trademark registration process in Vietnam. So before we begin, let's answer the question, why registering a trademark? Most businesses have realized the importance of using trademarks to differentiate their products from those of their competitors. However, not everyone really understands the importance of trademark protection through registration. So why registering a trademark? Trademark registration is an administrative procedure handled by competent agency with the purpose to acknowledge ownership rights to a trademark. Also, it is necessary to establish legal basis to protect one's own interest against acts of unauthorized use of trademarks and to avoid infringing on trademarks of others. Trademarks are considered intellectual property assets of businesses, organizations, or individuals. Therefore, registration is aimed at protecting the intellectual property ownership of each individual or organization. And in addition, trademark protection can help businesses transfer the right to use trademarks or license commercial rights of protected trademarks to other companies, thereby creating additional sources of income. Therefore, trademark registration not only helps businesses protect their IP rights, but also creates new business opportunities. Business owners should pay due attention and have a proper trademark protection strategy to fully utilize the potential of their trademarks. From the benefits that businesses will gain when registering trademarks, we now demonstrate the main contents of today's session, Trademark Protection Process in Vietnam. This script will help businesses understand the basic process of registering a trademark in Vietnam. The process of registering a trademark in Vietnam includes the following main steps. 1. Search for trademarks. 2. Submit a trademark registration application to the Intellectual Property Office. And 3. Monitor the trademark examination process. Step 1. Search for trademarks. Searching for trademark is the process of assessing the possibility of protection of the intended trademark registration by searching for identical or similar trademarks which have been filed for protection at the National Office of Intellectual Property or have already been protected. This is considered the most important step in the entire process of trademark registration, as failure to do so or inaccurate searching may result in the trademark being rejected. This is why businesses may need to consider using professional services by IP attorneys to conduct the search and evaluate the possibility of trademarks protection. If the trademark does not meet the protection requirements, our attorneys will help by advising on how to make the trademarks distinct and thereby eligible for protection. Step 2. Submit trademark registration applications to the International Property Office. After determining that the intended trademark is highly to be eligible for protection, attorneys will proceed to prepare a complete application for the trademark registration. The application typically includes at least the following documents: trademark application form, trademark sample, payment documents, and power of attorney in the case application is filed through an IP service agent. After completing the required documents, the application will be submitted to the International Property Office, either in person or by mail. Step 3. Monitor trademark examination process. The trademark examination process takes from 12 to 14 months according to legal and regulations, but it may take longer than expected due to huge number of applications. In fact, the process normally takes around 24 to 36 months to complete. For businesses, it is quite a long period of time. The trademark examination process consists of 4 stages. Stage 1, formal examination. 2, publication of valid application. 3, substantive examination. And last, granting of trademark registration and entry into record book. So now we will go into detail about each stage. Stage 1, formal examination. After receiving the trademark application, the IP office will evaluate the completeness and accuracy of the application according to requirements related to form, excluded subjects, the right to file an application, etc., to determine whether the application is valid or not. The application is considered valid if satisfies the following conditions. Each application can only request for one certificate of protection, and the type of certificate of protection requested must be applicable to the IP object stated in the application. All application documents must be made in Vietnamese. Documents in other languages can only be used for reference or verification purposes. The formal examination period is 1 month from the date the application is submitted. In case of invalid application, if the application is determined invalid, the IP office will issue a written decision to tentatively reject the application, stating the reason for tentative rejection. The applicant will have 1 month period to defend his or her application or object the office's decision. Deficiency which may lead to tentative rejection may include the following factors. The application does not meet formal requirements. For example, insufficient number of copies of required documents, lack of consistency, failure to comply with the form presentation requirements, failure to specify the type of registered trademark, lack of description of the trademark, inaccurate classification of goods services, inconsistent or erased applicants' information, or failure to verify according to regulation, etc. Or failure to complete payment of application fee and publication fee in full may lead to tentative rejection. And one condition that might lead to tentative rejection might be lack of a power of attorney or invalid power of attorney in the case application is submitted through an IP agent. Stage 2, publication of valid application. A valid trademark registration application will be published in the IP Gazette of the Intellectual Property Office within 2 months from the date it is determined valid. The published content will include information related to the valid application as specified in the notice of acceptance of the valid application, dates of application submission, name and address of the applicant, industry property representative organization, etc. Trademark samples, protected colors, and registered goods services. Stage 3, substantive examination. Trademark applications that have been determined valid will undergo substantive examination to evaluate the possibility of protection of the signs stated in the application and determine the scope of protection corresponding to protection conditions. The protection conditions are as follows. Visible signs in forms of letters, words, images, three-dimensional shapes, or a combination thereof. Expressed in single or multiple colors or sounds, marks in graphic form. Capable of distinguishing goods or services of the trademark owner from those of others. The substantive examination period is 9 months from the date of application of the application, which may in fact take longer due to huge number of applications. Almost rejected trademark registration are due to the substantive examination resulting in failure. The point is, applicant has to wait for a remarkably long period of time, up to 24 or even 36 months, to obtain substantive examination results. In case the trademark is rejected, applicant has to reiterate the process, and the wait continues. And to save time for the business, the best option is to seek a lawyer specializing in IP. The business will have peace of mind and save time and won't miss any business opportunities. Stage 4, granting of trademark registration certificates and entry into record book. Based on the results of the substantive examination, if the project stated in the application meets the protection requirements, the National Office of IP will notify the applicant of the examination results and request payments of fees. Fee for record book entry, certificate granting fee, and certificate publication fee. Then the trademark registration certificate will be officially granted to the applicants, and the trademark will be entered into National Register of Trademarks and published in the Industrial Property Gazette. So that's it for today's sharing on the trademark registration process in Vietnam. We expect that you will find useful information and knowledge for your business related to trademark protection in Vietnam through this clip. Please subscribe to our channel for more content on IP rights in Vietnam. Thank you and see you next time.